Welcome back. We're studying the Two of Wands, but we are going to change the Major Arcana card, which is the one on the left, and keep the Two of Wands. Let's do this combination. The Major card, the Magician, and the Two of Wands. Many keywords. Please do not think this is it. If you watch my tutorials, you know I do not think this is just what these two cards mean. But for simplicity, one word for the Major Arcana and a couple of words for the Two of Wands. The Magician card means manifestation. And let's look at the fact that the Two of Wands is talking about expansion. What does that mean as a pair combined? Manifestation from the Magician, expansion from the Two of Wands. How can that mean anything as a pair? Let's say you are job hunting and you are trying to get work, or you are trying to change career, whichever it happens to be. Let's look at the fact that, quite simply, you do have the opportunity to make that search of yours for work bigger. Why? Because the Two of Wands is talking about you need to expand on your search. There's a gap in what you're picking up. You're not looking far enough. You are keeping it too small, as it were. So you need to expand on that. So that's one of the meanings of the Two of Wands. But we could change that Two of Wands and say, if you're looking for work, maybe you need to go into partnership with somebody. Maybe the manifestation here is not looking to work for someone else. Maybe it's about getting a partnership going with somebody. There's that. And then we've got the fact that this card can also mean discovery. We're talking about looking for work. We need to manifest work and discover it. This is a card of broadening horizons. Cast the net wider, look beyond the small. Maybe you've been looking short term or too local. You need to move to another region or country. The Wand family is about travel, local and international. Two of Wands is talking about further afield. You might discover something there. Two of Wands is also about making decisions, and those decisions may be difficult, which is what the Two of Wands is about. If you manifest work, you might be saying, oh, what about relationship? If it's a relationship, and again, I say this a lot, so forgive me if you've heard it before. People get confused that when we do not have cards of love, hearts, flowers, the Lovers, the Devil, cards of temptation, or we don't have the Cup family, that they can't answer. This is better than the Cup family because we're talking about emotions when we're talking about the Suit of Cups, because we're in the element of emotion. Now, emotion doesn't actually do anything. People can say, I feel this. Telling you and feeling it is not as good as taking action on what their intentions are. So if it's about love, Wands are great. All the suits are Two of Wands, and it's, I want to be with you, but I've got a decision to make. How do you feel if we move? What about if work takes me further afield? Maybe you're looking at something where it would take you off to Australia, or maybe something where it would take you off to Huddersfield or London, because the Two of Wands is about decisions for you to discover, future planning. You might decide you don't want to do it full time, but you're prepared short term. How many people go because of work? Look at our parents, grandparents. My grandparents had to go to America from Ireland. My father had to move from Ireland to the UK. My nephew is moving from the UK to Australia. I moved from Yorkshire to London, then Essex, London, then I went abroad. Okay? So it depends what's calling you and how long for. It's not always forever. It might be short term. Or that might be your intention, and things might take a different course. So this is a card of sudden departures, where people say, I've got to go. Chicago, San Francisco. I've got to go here or there. In a love relationship, that person is looking and saying, will you come with me if I make this decision? Do I suddenly up and go? Do I leave you behind? Do I take you with me? That's your choice. This is a card of movement. How do we manifest things? We take action. It's the physical hard work. It's the actions we take I filled in an application. I went on the internet. I joined an agency. I answered an ad. I'm prepared to actually go for a job or a career that is not what I am doing right now. I'm prepared to change. I was a nursery nurse. I became a driving instructor. I became a tarot reader, but I studied all of it. I manifested my psychic career. How do you do that? Taking action, studying, making sure enough to be employed. It's knowing you're going to get a job doing it and not just doing what you want. People aren't going to ask you, or they're not going to pay you. If that's what you want, that's fine. You can get help with that anywhere on the internet. I'm trying to help people grow and go beyond where they are. How can we get more out of a reading? We need to combine cards. I can only do pairs here. I can't do my spread. That's on my courses. It depends what you're looking for. I have big news. The new courses, I'm busy loading them up today. Take a couple of days. There are so many, 78 cards and big old long lessons, depending on which suit you go for. But this course will take you towards a career. It's been updated, should be on hopefully by next week. You may not be in control of the action. Someone else is. Movement, 2 of Wands, moving, leaving something behind to move on. Let's get rid of the Magician. We've got Justice. Justice is a card of law, order, balance. It's about making sure everything is fair. Partnerships. In order to be in a relationship, you might need to move. It means partnerships and movement. Could be sudden departures with partnerships. Why? Partnerships could work. Number 2, opportunity to be in a relationship. Think of partnerships, balance, harmony, Justice card. Libra, 7th house, relationships, partnerships, romantic and non-romantic. Suddenly, they might have to depart because of a relationship, whether it's work or whether it's business, career, or job, or an opportunity. Partnership is not just your decision. Someone else is making that decision when you move, because maybe a housing association, government, you may own property, and it depends upon the chain from the legal side to the estate agent to the buyer, or a council or housing association that have got the full control over your sudden departure. And the 2 of Wands means you've got to do some future planning. What will it be like? What am I going to do when I get there? Can I get there? Will there be somebody to help me? Will I like it? Have I got any friends? Got any colleagues? Is somebody going to teach me the ropes? If it's a relationship and you're moving to that person's country, might feel a bit like a one-way street. Not in balance at all. They've got the trump cards. I've got my home, friends, hobbies, starting from scratch. Or your partner's willing to do that for you. It depends on where it is in the actual spread. It depends on the question. And don't allow people to not ask questions. If you are new to tarot, I'm not doing a general for you, but there are ways of going, sure, we'll do a general. But you know what? I bet you any money you've got something on your mind and something's brought you here for a reading. It might be a good idea if you told me what it is, rather than me work systematically and not pick it up for you. I realise that what you're saying is, we'll get there, but if you're telling me this, I can't go straight to it. You're the boss. Some will say, oh, I don't know, I just want a bit of guidance. Let's see what the card's saying, never mind what's in my head. And then you're comfortable because they've said there was nothing on their mind, if you believe that. They're looking for guidance, then yeah, they're sincere. They want guidance. If you get the other psychic, you should know what I'm here for. It's thank you very much. I don't know if this is going to work because it's not how I work. Perhaps I'm the wrong reader for you. And don't feel awful. They probably will stick with you. Having said that, maybe not, in which case, done you both a favour because you're not actually feeling comfortable with that person's vibration or the way they've entered the reading. I've got clients I've read for years and they still come in a way that isn't best for their reading. I'm not there to judge. It's not helpful to give them the insight they're craving. I think because I've known them a long time, absolutely not. I will not go by the last reading. I will not go by actually trying to look great. It's actually every time I finish, I completely forget what it was about. Most of the time, I deliberately do that. It's part of clearing your own energy so that you're not carrying around other people's lives. It's draining if you do that. It's not, oh, I better make notes. Why would you do that? If they do, they'll tell you. If they don't, it'll come up in the cards. Or better ask. The way the question is phrased, get used to saying it starts with that. On certain platforms like messaging, it's not appropriate because they just come out with, when will so-and-so contact me? What do they think about me? What are their feelings? That's when it's really tough, and that's why I don't like messaging. It's up to you how you want to work, but you are allowed to say, there used to be a lady that worked with me, can't remember her name, in Eastbourne, Hastings, Brighton. She used to work with me and Ella, Caroline. She was tiny and she used to wear a linen coat that she said was very good for keeping away the energy after the reading was over, for her to be able to feel that she was grounded and neutral for the next person, because it shows you're picking up a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people there. And she was very psychic, but she always started her readings with, I'm going to talk to you in the way that my guides are directing me to talk to you for however long they say. The rest I can fill in if that's what you want. And she'd say, I can offer you astrology or oracle cards. The tarot will come through my guides. I'm being directed to start this reading. Is there anything you want to know? Or do you want a psychic reading? That's what she used to do. Thought that was brilliant. It's good to be around other people because they inspire you. People prefer if you say you only do tarot, you don't do oracle cards. I'm a photographer, I don't make videos, or I'm a videographer, I make videos, I don't take photos, or I'm an editor. I'm not going to do your videos for you. It depends. Some rude people might, but that's not appropriate. If you're on Messenger or social media and frightened of losing a customer, maybe you're better off without the customer. But if you're on a psychic platform and you have to just go, they've paid, I have to do half a dozen or 30 or whatever it is. I can't speak to my supervisor and stop this. Try and take control. Like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to put your cards out. How long have you known this person? If they go, get on with it, you turn around and go, okay, you'll get what you get. Look after yourselves. It takes confidence and guts. Partnerships, future planning, how we see the long term. A case of decisions on partnerships. Do I want to work with another psychic company? This is classic. Better the devil I know, what people say. I'm a bit worried. I've heard about company A or company B. Even when you know a person's having the time of their life in that company, it might be you are not ready. More discovery holding you. Why? Because I know exactly what I'm going to earn working with company that I'm with, and the new company or the partnership. Working on psychic platforms is not a partnership. It's piecework. Unless you take a call or do a message, you don't get paid. It doesn't matter whether you waited 10 hours. There's the downside. It can't pay you if the phone's not ringing or the messages aren't coming. Most prefer boundaries. The reason I've got to where I am is I've said, sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm not a person for you. I've studied it, but I'm not comfortable. Do you want your money back? Okay, let's do a different card. So 2 of Wands is usually a card of something that's been on your mind for a long time. Let's do the Fool. Something new is coming in if we get the Fool. Just remember that, nice and simple, new. Never done this before. Never been offered the chance to expand. I've only read for myself. Now there's somebody who's saying, do you want to come and work for us? So it shows. All we ask is you pay for your table. We do the advertising, we pay for the event, and you'll get clients, and you still have to pay if no client walks to your table for a psychic reading or a tarot reading. Yeah? Or you're working for somebody new and they're saying, I want you available all day, Saturday and Sunday. And you go, oh, great, this is going to earn me a fortune. Remember, if nobody picks you, and you might say, I've got to sit there. It was so busy, I couldn't walk away. We put on a queuing system so people knew they were next. Some put half an hour, 40 minutes, 20 minutes. We realised it was better to do 20 or 40 minutes. I could click a button and put it on queue so I could dash to the bathroom because I'd be on for 6 hours non-stop. Every time I got to the end of the queue, there was still another 2. So we had to expand the system to say, no more queues once I say I'm finishing at this time. If I'm finishing at 2 o'clock UK time, no one could enter the queue after 2. Those are already in, fine. To finish by 2, I'd have to put it that nobody could enter the queue on 1 o'clock to allow for those readings of 20 minutes or 40 minutes. I'm sure you see, even then, could never be sure. When you expand your system, it's because something's happening. Every system's different. I'm sharing this because I run my own platforms and I've helped a lot of readers. And it's good to talk about tarot if you want to work with it. I'm expanding on astrology to do what an astrologer does rather than as a tarot reader using astrology. I expanded my knowledge in numerology to strengthen my readings. Will I be an astrologer? Probably not. But some of my customers, I can now look at their natal chart for them and pick up transits. I'm not there yet. Training is halfway through. They will ask, and I will say, I can have a quick look. So I'm not an astrologer. If you are honest, people like that because they feel you're genuine. And truly, that's the one thing we all want, isn't it? What's the point in telling somebody what you think they want? It's not going to do any good, is it? And also, how to deliver bad news. We can say this looks challenging, this looks difficult, this looks as if you're in the thick of things. Let's see how you'll fare. Your journey is going longer than you'd like. It will be exhausting. You can say it like that instead of, you are going to be so physically burnt out after this. That's your opinion. We can't say things like that. We can say, I can see you've got the stamina for this. You might need a bit of time out or a break afterwards. If you can't do that, get out in fresh air, connect with nature and be grounded because you'll need that support and you'll do it. The cards are saying nothing that turns around and says we're put into a difficult position. The Fool and the Two of Wands, yeah. Brand new partnerships. What kind? Depends what the question is. Is it career? Is it love? What is it relating to? Let's say I am thinking out going into business with somebody. Perfect, isn't it? Or I have a business and I don't want a partnership. I think it's partnerships. There's other words I've shown you, but it might be the partnership connected to movement. You're with a drop shipper. You sell readings, but you want to sell tarot cards to be an affiliate. You use a drop shipper, one of the big companies, Amazon. You'd be the middle person and sell the Rider-Waite Radiant Tarot deck, which is what we've got on the screen. I've got the big Rider-Waite Tarot deck, the borderless one, the traditional one, the gold edge one. You sell those, whether you're doing it on your website or social media, Facebook, whatever, and people buy them off you. It might be new in the fact that you're importing them, maybe from overseas. You've got to be clear. If they're coming in, what's the tax? Is there any? Customs, will it let it through? You've got to know. Okay, the Fool is telling you you're new, you're naive, and you've got to do your homework. You're not meant to know because you've never done it before. Somebody's asking about love. Am I going to meet somebody new? Yes, this person may come from a different culture or overseas or be bilingual. Yeah. Or it may be, if it comes up in their position, you've got a new opportunity to move, and that might involve from your region, from your country, overseas, and you're going to meet different cultures as a result of that, okay? Just to remind you all, Tuesday Tarot Twist, there's the podcast, and That is the playlist of what you're looking for. If you've missed any and you want to actually know how to fuse a major card with one of the minor cards, we're doing minor cards now because we've done the major cards. You'll find that on my YouTube channel. The devil card, the meaning for many meanings. Do not jump on me for saying, oh, it doesn't mean that. It's one of the meanings I thought would be helpful in tutorials instead of bondage or enslaved or controlled. If you get the devil card, materialism, expansion, what does that mean? Comes up and the person said, I only wanted a general. What does it mean? You are manifesting things, absolutely, and they're expanding. You're starting to be a puppet master in actions, business, partnerships, romantic partnerships, expansion. It means that person is actually liking what's going on and offering you something to expand. We really like you and want to do another deal with you. Or you're in a relationship and the person is turning around and going, I really like you and I think we're growing. Can we expand our relationship? Can we take it to the next level? What do we do next? Let's make it more of a commitment because of the physical attraction. And they're probably feeling their own person within this because 2 of Wands means they're probably getting on with their own lives and there's expansion. But in the partnership, they're able to probably do their own thing for number one and for each other and for the relationship. So that's leading to discovering new ground and future planning. Yeah. I really want to be with you, but I've been offered a job. Would you come with me? Big decision. You'd be starting from scratch. You might say, if I get sorted out, I will do it. But you've got to understand, I'm only coming out, see where this goes. Placing all my happiness as your responsibility. I'll be responsible for my own financial security, shall we say, until we know how this is going to go. There's all sorts of things. All right, let's check that off the screen. To ask for the Hierophant. Says sudden departure. Somebody's telling you officially you've got to go. That could be HR for your job. That could be government saying your visa's up, we're not renewing it. Or you want to go abroad, overseas travel, you want to go to Greenland, Iceland, wherever you want, yeah? But you need the correct paperwork. And the rules are saying, sorry, something, we're not going to let you go. Or you want to go to Florida and you broke a window when you were 10. It's on a police record and they've looked at it and gone, we're not letting this one in. It can be as awful as that. That's what the print is. It's the things that either I should have passed my driving test, I did a perfect 3-point turn. Yeah, but you did not see that somebody had to stop for you. They'd stopped for me, but you didn't see that they came along and you were not aware of them. They stopped because you were unaware of rules. I disagree with the rules. Tough. Hierophant is the rules. Don't think of it as just religious. Again, me and my partner want to get married. Is your partner of the same faith and come to this church? They're going to have to convert, or they're going to have to do some lessons. Or you're both, let's say, Catholic, and you're both Catholic, you're from this church, and we don't know if he goes to church in Northern Ireland. We'll see about that. They live in Northern Ireland, they've got to come here. They've got to do a course for 10 weeks. If you don't do that, we're not marrying. It happened to me. I did not get married. We were poles apart, but he said, I'm not doing that. And I thought, if you want to get married to me, show me you're not committed. Now I'm starting to worry. I was looking at my tarot cards and going, he's a bit selfish. The person I was dating, very interesting point. Somebody offered him a contract in Nashville who was a musician, and a very good one. They said, you will be on call for 6 months. Whenever the studio's free, you got to be available. He went, nobody tells me I'm on call for 24 hours a day for 6 months. And they went, we'll give it to someone else then. And they did. That was the straw that caused me to go, if this person cannot abide by the rules for something they've told me was their dream, Nashville, and I would say it's a session musician in Nashville, a baby grand piano player, pretty good to be offered that kind of work. You said nobody tells me what to do. If he could not abide by the rules for himself, I felt unsure he would do anything for me. That's what broke us up in 1985. There you go. It can mean sudden departures. I would have gone to Nashville or let him go back. Didn't want to know. There was no future planning. It was quick decisions, but it would have been a complete expansion to his world if he had gone by the rules. Imagine that on his CV. Yeah, I played Nashville, Tennessee. Halls in Music Hall of Fame. Most music is inspired. The Roots, Elvis, amazing rock bands inspired by Johnny Cash. They all came out of Nashville music. Two of Ones comes in. Your hopes and wishes are going beyond expansion. It's all kind of healing. We're expanding your healing practices. The star card, your community. You're being known. Probably in your community, you might be known for your day job, but they don't know you do spiritual stuff. You've got a whole new network of people that get to know you because instead of you just working in your capacity of maybe are you employed in a hospital and they know you as the person that works at the hospital, but they don't know you do tarot healing, Reiki or oracle cards. Your network has expanded. The Two of Wands would mean here. Or that in actual fact that you are making new partnerships that led to a lot of hope. I'm getting to know someone. I really hope it'll come to something that they'll recognize X, Y, and Z. We'll go into a partnership, whether it's a love commitment or work related. If you're doing email, you're not comfortable, try Messenger. If not comfortable, try phone, not in person. If you don't want it at your house, you don't want to go to their house, find where they're doing it in your local area or nearby. Or social media. Social media, I will tell you, they want everything, either sewn up as a package or they'll want freebies. And once they've had a freebie, they will not come to you for a reading because they've got the answer. If you don't tell them, they'll go to stars. See you later. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you Thursday.